What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in Rustic City. It's been too long, and I've been very inactive quite lately, or a lot lately. I can't English, sorry. But I've been very busy, tied up with work. The hours have just changed. The Christmas hours for the Christmas festival that we do at my job actually are very inconvenient for making videos. For instance, I have to be in usually around 11 a.m. and then I don't get home until late, like 10 to 11 p.m. So it's kind of inconvenient hours because by the time I get home, I'm just super tired and just completely worn out, and I have no motivation to do anything but sleep. The only motivation I have is to sleep. So that's kind of what's been going on lately. And then in the mornings, I could get up earlier, but it's just so hard because it's easy to sleep in because I have the late hours. And then usually on my days off, I've just been kind of slacking off because I've been getting rested up because it's just been a lot of hard work lately. So I'm trying to get back on track. I'm going to do my best to get back on track and see if I can't get more content out to you guys. And I hope you guys are going to be enjoying this film. So we have the new update coming up very, very soon in the next couple days, and I'm very excited for that. So be tuned for some cool new stuff on that. I want to create some of my own custom scenarios for you guys to play with some nice challenging objectives and everything. I think that'll be a lot of fun. We'll check out the new content as well and a videos at the same time. I don't know exactly. I think they're going to be live streaming. I don't know if it's today or some other day. Heck, it could already be live streaming while I'm recording this video. Who knows? But anyways, this again before the update, so there's no update on this. And as far as I know, the way they talked, you can actually import your files in as a custom scenario. So I might just do that so I can just kind of customize the area just a little bit more. Just because it gives you a little bit more freedom to do stuff like that. But the custom scenario editor looks very, very fantastic. I'm very excited for that. I want to create some of the greatest some custom scenarios out there. That's gonna be my goal. I want to create some really awesome scenarios for you guys, and I think that'll be really, really, really neat. So I'm very excited for this park, Rustic City. It's one of my time-lapse parks that we have been working on, and then of course we have a couple other projects going on at the same time with Arrow Valley also in full swing. So this episode is just mainly getting these tunnels kind of decorated. I might touch back on them just a little bit more. They're supposed to look a little bit rough and, rustic, of course, obviously. And I'm thinking about adding a couple of, I don't know if I'll add any lights in here, but it's supposed to look kind of like a mine tunnel or something like that. Something kind of neat like that because it is kind of like it has of course a mining theme to it. Something I'm very excited for as well is the fact that we can actually change the coaster cars to whatever we want that of course that track can actually use. So we'll be able to have a lot of customization with some of the trains, and as far as I've actually heard that you're going to be able to put custom text on the train as well, so you can actually put like the name of the ride on the train. I don't know if that's going to be available on all the trains, but that's something where I read on the forums that's going to be available in the next update. Something they haven't actually mentioned in like a live stream or anything like that. So that's exciting. There's some pretty cool things coming up in this next update. A lot of people are disappointed and thought it should be like a huge update. Some people thought water park expansion and stuff. But I think if we get a water park expansion, I don't think that will come until maybe like next summer. If I had to make a wild guess, if they do plan on doing that. So in the near future. But that's when I think that will come out. So, but anyways, in the video, pretty much, again, I'm just like, pretty much getting those empty spots kind of covered up, just so you know. And again, I'm gonna try and work on the quality of the time lapses. It kind of glitches out the video sometimes because right now I'm just using the Movie Maker speed up. I know there's a speed up in Vegas Pro, that is what I edit my videos with, but it doesn't let me speed up to the speed I want. I'm using ×8 speed right now, so because I am naturally a very slow builder, and you're seeing about 2.5 hours of footage on each episode here in Rustic City, so just keep that in mind. And that's kind of like the thing that's kind of insane is that this is times 8 speed, and I don't get that option to know how fast it really is in Vegas Pro. If there's another way in Vegas Pro to speed it up, let me know, because I know you can hold control and just roll it down to where you want, but it has a limit to where you can only speed it up so fast, and it just takes forever in Movie Maker, because it takes like literally almost an hour just to import the footage into the program, and then I just have to times the speed up and then render it and then put it back in here. So it kind of loses some of its quality, because I do actually render it in I record in very high quality on Bandicam. That's what I use for the time-lapse videos, and then I use OBS Studio for live streams and stuff. So I use Bandicam for regular recordings most of the time. So, and of course we get a lot of the custom supporting in here. That's something I really think turned out very well with this coaster, is the wooden supports. I might adjust them a little extra more. Again, I can't English very well, and it shows quite a bit in these videos. So, but I didn't know how the wooden supports would look on the Mine Train coaster. It's something I've been wanting to do or try out, and I thought this would be the perfect park to do so. And yeah, this is going to be a park that I don't know when I'm going to have it done. I don't think I'll have it done before 2018, but we'll see. If I do, we'll see. If not, it'll probably be a 2019 park, possibly. I don't know. I could just finish it in the middle of next season or next year, because it's not going to take me that long. But my goal with this park is definitely a lot of details, and that's the main thing about this park. It's going to take forever. So yes, it's going to kill my PC, but my PC runs pretty well. Once it gets to a certain point, it usually doesn't run any slower than... I can usually make it run at around 12 frames a second when I have a ginormous park that just can't be contained. It usually doesn't get below 10 frames a second, unless I have like tens of thousands of guests in the park. Then it goes down to like maybe under 10 frames a second. But I can get a solid 12 to 15 frames a second in a very large detailed park, which isn't too bad. It's at least playable, but I still have to slow down the footage and stuff for getting my cinematic shots and stuff like that. So the next thing on my list on upgrading my PC is my processor. I want to get a very high-end processor, and you can see the glitches just in this time lapse, and I apologize for that. It's mostly for the reasoning is using Movie Maker as the time lapse source. And every time there's a very fast movement that I have in the camera, maybe I can just avoid moving fast. And I'm still looking for a good program to do time lapses on. If you guys have any recommendations, that'd be great, because I'm trying to bring high quality content, and it's kind of hard when the time lapses aren't going the way that I hope they go. So, but anyways, there's just so much to do. I can't wait until the update in a couple days. I know you guys are excited too, and I'm going to try and bring a lot of content to you guys. So one of my biggest complaints, and I've really been thinking about this lately, is how many projects I have going at once, and how a lot of projects just kind of stall for a long time. I'm going to try and do better and get rid of that to where I don't do that much. That's where most of my criticism comes from, and I have to agree on it. I do agree with it at 100% that I just have too many projects going on, but I've always just loved having a lot of projects, and maybe I can just keep some of, if anytime I want to do that, maybe I'll just try and start keeping them to myself and just do some off-screen projects to keep me busy, because sometimes, I'm like, oh man, I want to record this, because I get that mood where I just like, oh, it's turned out so good, I just want to record it. And that's kind of like the why some of these series starts, like Rustic City. This was originally going to be an off-screen project, and I was just like, man, I would just want to build a high quality theme park and highly detailed, and I decided to record it, and that's just kind of how it went. And so I apologize for just starting so many projects at once. It's just kind of something that happens, and I know that I'm very guilty of. And again, I have who knows how many projects I have stalled on, or like one project I want to get back on is the Rustic City recreation. I'm hoping the custom scenario editor is going to help with that. It's just kind of hard to get that one going, as I want to fit it into one map, and it's very, very difficult to get something like that to fit in one map, and I wish we had slightly bigger worlds to work in. And if you look at like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, you can make the worlds huge in those scenario editors, like ginormous huge, like just so ridiculously huge, you'd have so much space you don't even know what to do with. And I understand it's very hard for programming and stuff like that, and a lot of people are asking about it. And the cool thing about the scenario editor, you can make it small or big, and I think it doesn't get any larger than what the map sizes are. So the cool thing is, if you want to make a smaller scenario, you can actually do that. So you can do like a small scenario and actually build an environment around that scenario. So that's kind of neat if you want to do something like that for like a scenario editor and stuff. So I'm very excited for the scenario editor. I can't wait to play some of the what other people come up with. And my biggest goal is to maybe get featured by Frontier or something like that on my scenario editors and stuff like that. I've said scenario editor a ton of times. But anyways, I'm going to be very proud of this project. And then of course we have other projects like Arrow Valley, and then a recreation that I'm working on Silver City. And then, of course, there's a couple other projects that are kind of out there. And then, of course, you can't forget Golden Valley or anything like that. So, oops, hit my mic there because I'm trying to see where I am in the video. So, I hope you guys like the new kind of like quality content I'm trying to come up with. Like the introduction was kind of a neat thing I decided to do on this video. I thought that was kind of neat. I have some, some more than just the same audio going in, and I think I try to have the audio flow with kind of like the park theme and stuff, of course, like that. And again, all the audio is coming from Epidemic Sound, which I highly recommend if you have $15 to spend each month. It's only like $15 a month, and they have some great music and like a huge supply of it too. Any genre you want, and it sounds very professional and very nice. And I'm very excited. I love the music that comes with it. So, but anyways, over here we're we're actually building something new over here in this time lapse, and this is a kind of like a building, a gift shop building, where you can get some merchandise maybe for this roller coaster. It's not going to be at the exit. It's just going to be probably because it's kind of like more of the smaller rides in the park. So yeah, I'm putting that much detail in just one of these smaller coasters in the park. So just imagine when I get further into it. And I want to make sure there's some terrain. And this is going to be very detailed, very realistic is what I'm going for in this park. And we're going to see how well that turns out in the future. So I hope you guys stick with me through this series. And this is going to be a fun series. And we're going to see more Arrow Valley in the future as well. Those are the two main projects, and then some of my live stream projects, like Golden Valley and stuff, will continue on through live streams, and those are just for fun stuff as well. And my goal is to get down to just one park project at a time, no more than two. And that way I can, I'm trying to take the criticism as best as I can and try and improve as a YouTuber in general. And I want to try and get more active like on social media and stuff, so you guys can get some nice behind the scenes stuff as well that goes into some of this and everything. So just a lot of goals I have for the channel in the future driving down the line. So because I feel like the channel hasn't grown that much this year, and my goal was a lot higher than where we're at right now, and we only got like a little over a month left in the year, and I haven't even gotten close to my milestone goal. So we'll see how it goes on. I'm not like giving up or anything. We're gonna hit this thing hard, and we are going to try and get there. We're almost actually very, very close. Just under 1 million total views for the channel, and that's something huge for me, because a lot of these YouTubers, they get 1 million views is no problem. That's easy for them, but for me it's very hard. And I'm actually just a couple thousand views away total total views, not like on one specific video, but total views on the channel. And that's like of a span of over 600 videos. So, I mean, that's not a lot of views a video. I average usually around 1,000 views a video on Playing a Coaster anyways, and I'm very proud of that. You know, I want to get those numbers up eventually, you know, to the tens of thousands, and that would just, I'd love to see that. And I love seeing you guys get excited for my projects, and that's just a lot of motivation for me to get better at the game. And I probably have like over 1,000 hours on Playing a Coaster. Since the game's released, this is not including any of the alpha stages, I have over 800 hours on just the game itself, and that's since the release. That's not including like the year before when it was in like the alpha stages, because I had many hours on that. So I'd have to say I'm probably close. The actual alpha, I actually had over 100 hours. So if I had to put it all together, I would say I have roughly 1,000 total hours into Playing a Coaster, and that's how much I am very passionate about this game. And it's the game I've been waiting for so many years, and I'm so glad it is upon us, and it's been upon us for a year now. And that's insane to think about, that this game's already been out a year. They're still updating it, and I hope they update it many years down the line to come. And you know, a lot of people are upset with that we're not getting enough content for the next update, and you know, I think it's a good addition. As long as they keep adding more and more stuff, we're eventually going to get everything we want further down the line. And you have to kind of take in consideration, making a video game's not easy, and when you get requests, it's not something you can just do overnight, and sometimes it takes months to develop and get it right. Frontier's really good at not releasing their stuff until they know it is done. So they're not going to release a specific feature or update to the game unless they know it is perfectly ready to go. And that's something I really like about them. And they don't reveal anything too. They like to tease us right beforehand, and sometimes they just throw random updates out there, and I love that part of it. So again, there's a lot of stuff I still want in the game for sure, but you know, the developers can only do so much at a time. You know, it's not like they have thousands of workers working on this game at once. You know, there's probably, I don't know how many there are, but it's not 1,000. But they're doing a fantastic job, and we have to give them for credit for what they have done, and they're really trying to really work hard to satisfy us as best as they can. I'm sure, you know, I wasn't disappointed in the anniversary update content, but because it's a lot of good additions. Like the scenario editor is something I've been wanting for a long time, so that's huge for me. I've been wanting that scenario editor. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Rustic City. It's a fantastic park, and I can't wait to get further into it. So once we get in, we're almost done with this coaster area, so that's the cool thing. But make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much, have a great day, and an even cooler tomorrow, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks, and goodbye.